everyone, it's Lisa with another MDS Mondays. I've decided that I'm going to start sharing like a technique or tip or one thing that I've done on a project instead of the whole project, just to try to keep the videos short. And because Stampin' Up! Has a lot of wonderful videos already out there showing you step by step how to do all the different things. So unless you want me to show you something specifically, I'm going to just try to point out something that I did. Like, instead of showing you this whole layout that I've been working on, it's almost finished, not quite there yet. I will show you, maybe one thing. So today what I was going to show you is I had fun playing around making these little Polaroids. So I'm going to get a blank page. Insert. I'm going to add a page. I just want it to be blank. And I need a background so I can see what I'm doing. So I think I'm just going to use some, you know what, maybe I'll just do this. Ooh. And then I'm going to get a punch. And I'm sure you can all figure out which punch I need. And we're just going to work on one. So I'm thinking, I don't remember exactly what size I did that at. Just gonna kind of fuss around. Now, we all know that Polaroids are actual rectangles, not so much square. The top section is square, but excuse me, not the Polaroid. Okay, so the next thing I'd want to do is add a picture. So I'm going to maybe I'll add this one. And then of course I also need to zoom in so I can see better what I'm doing here. And I just want to mess with this until it looks like a Polaroid. It's just that simple. And I want to make sure that I pull the corners because I want to keep all this in proportion. I don't want to make us wider or narrower or, longer. I don't want to distort the pictures. Even though it's tempting to pull on those little side and top bars. Okay. Oops. So, and then from there, what I would do is hold down my control key, and then I would click on the Polaroid itself. And I want to group these so I can mess around with them. And this isn't perfect. I'm just showing you what I did. I mean, there's probably way too much white space right here, but we'll go back to the layout so you can see it again. So I'm going to right click, and it says group. So I'm going to group that. And now I can do whatever I want. I can angle it. I can move it around on my page without worrying about, messing up everything. I'm going to straighten this back up. I can go over here and drop shadow, and you want to do that just to, to add some dimension. So I'm going to just do that, I don't know, right about here or so. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do it that way. You know what, hold on. I'm going to undo that because actually, and I may leave this in the video so you can see it. Okay, I'm going to ungroup these because I don't want my picture to have a drop shadow. So I'm going to ungroup. what I want is this, and I only want this to have a drop shadow. So let's try that again. I'm going to go to drop shadow. About right here. It doesn't, whatever feels good to you. And then you can see it kind of. It would be easier if I actually put in a different color than this black and white. I mean, this black on the background. But I just wanted to show you the process without any distractions. So, but I think you can see it right here, where it looks like it's coming up off the page a bit. So now I want to. I'm going to click them both. So I'm clicking this, holding down my control key, and clicking on the Polaroid. And again, I'm going to right click, go to group. Oops, I'm going to group them. So there you go. So now you see the difference of what I just did. So you want to make sure to do your drop shadow on your Polaroid before you group it with your picture. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you is, let's go back to the layout. A little close there. If I wanted to remember, what I did on this page, then I would go to check project. I'd click on that, and over here it has supply list, which is really cool. So right here you see I've used the designer series paper from the designer kit, Be Yourself. I've used, I have a stitch. I don't know that you can see that necessarily, but I have a stitch going around my layout. I've used a designer brad. Shows you what stamp I used. I used the Fleur de Lis here and Extreme Elements, the punch, and the photos where they came from. So, and if I wanted to, I could go ahead and print that up. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you have any questions, or if you'd actually like me to walk you through a process of something, just leave me a comment, and I would be more than happy to do that if I'm able to. If not, if I know that Stampin' Up! Has already done that, already done a video on that particular thing, I will direct you to that or figure out how to do it. So I love sharing, the things that I'm learning with you, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, this is a journey, and I just feel like we're all taking the journey together. So I don't always do everything perfectly, and I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning all the different techniques and excuse me, scrapbooking itself. I mostly do cards, but even that is still a learning process, and I think learning is something that we should be doing for the rest of our lives. So there's always something new and exciting to learn out there, and for us to learn from one another. So I've been really enjoying this journey with you, and I hope you're enjoying it with me. So with all that being said, this video probably is not as short as I intended it to be, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.